Feel like you need to work on your balance? Well, here are a few great poses to practice that will help. Just grab yourself one block or something similar. Come and stand near the top end of your mat. Feet about hip width apart. Bend your knees a little bit to start with. Lift up your toes and see if you can spread them apart, or just spread them apart as much as you can. Then place them all back down. Bend your knees a little bit more and a bit more. Take the hands to the hips. Now press your feet into the floor and imagine you want to pull them apart. As you do that, even though they're stuck in place, you should feel these muscles on the outer hips switch on. So let's keep some of that as you lift your right heel up. Now push the left foot down more as you come onto your right toes and stand tall. Relax the shoulders. Keep pressing that left foot firmly down, look straight ahead. And then just float the right toes off the floor. So just a hover at the moment. Keeping the pelvis nice and level, so it's useful to keep the hands there. Keep spreading the toes apart of that left foot just as much as you can. Now, the tricky bit. Turn your head to the right. Back through the center and to the left. And back to the center, coming down. Land that right foot, bend the knees again, back where we started. Again, press both feet down. Imagine you want to move them away from each other, switch on these external hip rotating muscles. Now press the right foot down, come onto left toes. And then come to stand, hovering the left foot up. Keep pressing right foot down. Keep the pelvis nice and level. Now belly's cinching in. That's going to help us to stay up tall and massively helps with our balance, core strength. Now turn the head to the left. Back through center and off to the right. And if this is tricky, it's a great thing to practice regularly. Land the left foot, bend the knees. From here, same thing, press the feet, switch on these hip muscles, lift the right heel. Let's step the right toes all the way back, or to a comfortable distance. Come up, take a breath. Now tip the chest partway forwards, hug in through your belly, switch on these core muscles. Step forwards, tap the right toes to the floor. Press through the left foot, lift the right knee towards the chest this time, so a bit higher. Now back the way we came. Bend both knees, tap the right toes down. Step the right toes back. Take a breath in, lift the chest. Chest goes forwards again. Tap the right toes to the floor. Inhale, lift the knee. Back the way we came. Step the right toes back. Now we'll continue. You can either tap the toes in that landing spot back at the top of the mat, or we can start to skip that part and take the knee right up towards the chest and then stepping it back once more. What you should be feeling most of all is this left foot, front foot working, should be getting a little bit tired, and the hips as well. I'm just going to do the last one here. And then come to stand, land both feet, and just pause for a moment standing normally. That left leg that we were balancing on should feel considerably more tired than the other. So let's do the other side. Now one side is probably going to be easier than the other. Identify that if you're not aware of it already. Back to our chair pose, so bending the knees, pressing the feet down, pulling them apart. Lift the left heel up, step the left toes back. And you don't have to do this part, but I quite like to just lift the chest, then tip forward again to extend. That helps to switch on the belly. Tap the toes forward, lift and left knee up. Back the way we came. Now, please don't go too quickly here. If we go too fast, we risk actually leaning more into that balancing side rather than staying really centered. And if you're doing it opposite a mirror or a large window, it can be really useful because you can see yourself and your pelvis staying level or whether you're tipping over to one side. So let's just take a few more, and you might continue tapping, or you might start to miss the tap part out. Last one. Landing that foot. And again, pausing, noticing now that right leg should have worked quite a bit in the sole of the foot, also the outer hips. If they weren't working, practice again and really try and suction cup the foot away from your mat. That can help to engage the foot muscles. And also really try and hug the hip in. That sensation of pulling the feet apart can help switch on these outer hip muscles. All right, so we've got one more thing to do. Grab your block or, a thick book and paste it on the floor. So this is for one foot. Let's take our either side. I'm going to start with my right foot. Bend both knees again. This familiar chair pose. So good. Spread the toes. Press the feet. Come to stand. Onto right foot, lifting the left knee up. Relax the shoulders. They do have a tendency to hunch up when we're concentrating in our balance here. Now, I just mentioned this concept of suction cupping the foot. So try that here. Imagine your foot wants to pick up the block. And that will help to engage and lift the inner arch of the foot. So this could be enough for now, practicing just gazing straight forwards. But if you want an added challenge, keep everything as it is. Float your gaze only down to the floor. Back to center, and float your gaze up towards the ceiling. And back to center. And land that left foot down. Step off of the block. See what you can feel down that right side. Let's take the left side. Something which I haven't talked so much about is this engagement of the core, but core is just as important as hip strength and foot strength when it comes to finding balance. Practice also is key when we're improving our balance here. So chair. Press into both feet, but particularly left one now, so we can take our right knee up. So press the foot down, reach up through the top of your head, feel that cinching in through your waist. And then again, if you would like to, just float the gaze down toward the floor. And then up towards the ceiling. Back to the center, and then landing. And one movement that we didn't do, which you could add on next time, is to actually look down, so dropping the chin, and then looking up, lifting the chin, looking up towards the ceiling to really challenge our balance there. And research shows that that can really help to improve our balancing ability. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like to do much more to focus on improving your balance, I do have a great longer class where we explore many more ways, fun ways to improve our balancing skills. So I'll put that link just below. Thanks for joining. See you soon.